So Eric Zorn of the Chicago Tribune writes on a blog, "Why aren't Jews debating believers in Jesus?" He's writing an obituary of Moshe Rosen, the founder of Jews for Jesus. And for me, it's though there are a lot of Jewish books debunking belief in Jesus as God and as the Messiah, or at least that belief for Jews. I think the primary reason why there's a lack of Jewish books and Jewish interest in debunking Christian beliefs in Jesus, same reason there are not a lot of Jewish books and Jews eager to debunk beliefs in Spider-Man or Superman or Green Lantern. Like, from a Jewish perspective, the idea that a human being, could be God is just absurd. And I'm not saying the belief is absurd. I'm saying from a Jewish perspective, we were kind of taught by our tradition that God cannot be a human being. Human being cannot be divine. That's just contrary to the essentials of the Jewish faith. It says in the Torah that God cannot take human form. So I guess it's theoretically possible for God to take human form, but a Jew cannot believe that, cannot have anything to do with it. So if a non-Jew wants to bow down to such a belief, we Jews aren't going to waste our breath trying to talk him out of it. According to a Midrash, God chose Abraham because he intuited that there was one God who ruled the universe. And Abraham then acted on his belief and destroyed all his father's idols. Jews have inherited this orientation for 4,000 years. We've been denying the validity of the false gods of the Goyim. We do not do this primarily through writing books against the false gods of the Goyim, but by living our lives in allegiance to the one true God who chose Israel to be his special people. And I think this iconoclastic inclination is also the reason that Jews account for most of the great stand-up comics in America. Also, Jews tend to be very secure in themselves, no problem making fun of themselves, as opposed to Muslims, for instance, who are often crying about dishonor. If you're always worrying about dishonor, you're probably not going to make many jokes in public about your group. The word Israel means struggle with God. Jews since Abraham have argued with God. Jewish kids will read the Torah portion of their bar mitzvah and then spend much of their speech arguing with it. Jews argue with God. They're certainly not going to be easily led by some human being who claims to be God. Instead, we'd think, you're a nut.